Hey, Mama. I know Mother's Day's coming up this Sunday, and we knew that we don't know how that will work out with us being able to see each other that day. But I did something that I wanted to share with you. I thought about sending it through the mail, but I wanted to read it to you personally, and I figured this would be the next best thing, even though I don't like a video of myself. But this is a tribute to my mom on Mother's Day. It all started the day that little blue line appeared, and I knew my life was going to change. Even though we lost that baby, a love like I'd never known before, called a mother's love, awoke in me. On the day they took that tiny body from mine, Mama, you was there. Even though you had never lost an unborn child before, yet you grieved with me in a way that only a mother could do. That mother's love that awoke in me grew when I learned I was expecting again. In that last visit to the doctor where he told me I was very sick and had to be put into the hospital, you were there. When the next day they had to take our baby boy and we found out she was indeed a baby girl, you were there. That mother's love grew again, though I didn't know how it could, when again another blue line appeared, and for the third time, we were going to have a child. I still remember us giving you that card with a picture of that blue line tucked into the back of it. Then the day came for us to have him, and Mama, you was there. Then not a little blue line this time, but a little 3-year-old baby girl walked into our lives, and again, that mother's love grew inside of me. We wanted her for our own. The day we stood in front of the judge to make her our very own child, Mama, you was there. Even after the babies were born and that little 3-year-old girl became our own child, and life became real, a day in and day out way of living, with diapers to change, bottles to fix, food to cook, baths to give, boo-boos to fix, talks. Even though you wasn't with me as I do these things, yet you were still there. The things you taught me, I see me teaching my children. The foods you cook while I was still living at home, I'm reminded of them as I set the table. Times I clean my home in my mind's eye, I can see you with the windows upraised and gospel music playing. In Pine Sol, just the smell takes me back to you. When I get down to pray, it's you I hear. I pray just like I remember you praying. When I look at my children, I now know the love that you felt when you looked at us. That's the love I felt when that first little blue line appeared, and it keeps growing with each child that was added to our family. And even though I don't understand how, it grows more and more every day. Mama, you showed me how to love my children by the way you love me. I also now know how you felt when you worked all day cleaning the house before Daddy came home and not realizing it, but we would come behind you and mess it up again. I now know how you felt when you needed time by yourself just to think, so you would hide out somewhere only to hear the kids come running. I now know how those clothes keep piling up no matter how many times you wash a load. I know now how it feels when your kids are too small to thank you for keeping the house in order and keeping them in clean clothes and feed them. But you still do these things over and over and over, not to get praise from your children, but because there's a drive in you to do it, because you love them, and because your mama taught you to do it by her example. I now know how it feels to walk past your kids' rooms and see it in a mess and shut the door on it because you know that's where they play, and it will not always be this way. And my favorite thing is I now know how it feels for me to have eyes in the back of my head and to call out to a child from another room and tell them not to do whatever it is they're doing, and for them to come to me with a look of awe on their face, asking, Mama, how did you know I was messing with that? And at last you can say those wonderful words, because I'm your mama and I just know. But Mama, I also know how it feels for the same little guys to climb into your lap just because they want you to hold them, to hear them rolling with laughter at something they all find so funny. When they come to you wanting to show you, want you to watch them do something they just learned to do. To watch them praying in the altars and God coming by in such a mighty way and touching them. To hear them play in church and thanking God that they have that desire. So now, my dear Mama, I can say I now know how you felt while raising us. But more than that, I now know what that mother's love is. That love that you felt 33 years ago when you first saw that little blue line and you knew your life was fixing to change. And Mama, from the very start, you were there. You have been there for me from the start. And Mama, now I know why. Happy Mother's Day. I love you.